all insan. Yes, we are just human, right? We can't be perfect. It's nice background. Anyway, yes, we are all human. It's difficult, yes, but we can get there, right? Yes, all of us.
Yes,
Are we
teacher.
practicing?
Yes.
Yes. And something else, using words like please, sorry, practicing that?
Yes,
Ask
teacher.
unnecessary questions, teacher.
Yes, asking unnecessary questions. Practicing?
Yes, teacher. That's
Y'all
something.
try, right?
Yes,
At
teacher.
least, when we even when we at least put an effort, maybe when we try, even then we get rewards. Yes?
Teacher.
Just
Yes.
try. And people, you all have to practice what we learn in class. Learning in class and just going offline and forgetting about it is not the way. Understood, right?
Yes,
Yes?
teacher.
And using words like please, sorry, thank you, you're welcome, or jazakallah khair, amin wa iyak, barakallah feek, or maybe excuse me, all those words, it's never it's never going to get old fashioned. Okay, it's always going to be the trend. No, you are not going to lose anything by using those words. Okay, those words are like lifelines. Okay, if you want something and if you say please, people are immediately going to, they are going to be inclined to get you back. You understood, right? They would want to get you that. When you use the word please, or when we like, don't use it as a weapon.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes,
Yeah, your voice is not clear.
my voice is not clear for you. What's up? Are you having a connection issue?
Your voice is lagging. I can't.
Yes, the rest of you still lagging?
Teacher.
No,
No,
miss.
teacher.
Teacher, you're clear.
Clear? Yes.
Your
Okay.
voice is not clear. I can't understand you properly.
Are you talking about is the connection? Oh, Talha, can you just Talha Ara, can you check your connection, please? Maybe your Wi-Fi or router or something. Maybe your speaker. Yes.
I'll leave and join again.
Yes, do that. Join. Okay. Rest of you, yeah. So using words like please, sorry, thank you, it's not going to make you inferior. Okay, especially the word sorry. Apologizing to somebody, okay, and telling sorry, or maybe telling please, or telling jazakallah khair. It's not going to make you low in any way, right, Manha? Using those words. Do you use that words, Manha? Do you use those words?
No.
You don't use
Now
sorry,
it's
thank
okay.
you. You don't use those words. You use? You're sleepy, right? You use the words sorry, thank you. Do you use those words? Jazakallah
Yes.
khair. Yes. So yes, all of us, we must use those words. Okay, it's day to day, and it never makes like, if anyone tells you don't apologize for everything, don't say thank you for everything. It's my duty. It's not like that. It's your duty to apologize if you do something wrong, or it's your duty to thank them if you do something, if they do something for you. Yes, you never think, okay, this is going, if I tell sorry, she's going to think like, and I'm going to look inferior or I'm going to look low. It's not right. You understood, right? Yes? Everybody, have I made myself clear?
Yes, teacher.
Do not, like, don't let anyone tell you,
Yes.
okay, don't let anyone tell you, like, stop saying sorry for every single thing. It's not your fault. If you think it's your fault, if you think, yes, this was wrong, apologize. You understood? Yes?
Yes.
These words are important, especially
Yes.
when it comes to teenagers. We have issues, like we have so many issues, we don't even know what issue will be today. We have issues, we have fights, we have arguments, we have things going on. Yes, please make sure you all use these words day to day. You understood? Because if you all don't practice it now, once we grow up, once we become an adult, we will have problems using it. You understood? Yes.
Yes, teacher.
Oh, barakallah.
Yes, miss. Teacher.
Yeah, it will be nice if you all can unmute yourself and reply to me, okay, so that I know I'm here. Okay. A few habits to follow from the Quran. Okay, it's from the Quran, like last time we did. These are also from the Quran. It's coming under the topic etiquettes and manners. Okay, it's from the Quran. So what? Keep your trusts and promises. Is it clear? Keep your trusts and promises. Is it clear?
Yes, teacher.
Yes.
Do not break promises and trust. Is it clear?
Yes, teacher.
Do I have to, I don't know, read it in Telugu or Urdu or something? Please don't say yes. I don't know.
No, teacher.
Okay. Like you must not break promises or trust. Okay. Now this is very important. This has happened. Okay. This has happened. Yes, to me. Maybe I'm an alima. Yes, it happens. Okay. It happens to every single person. When someone tells you to keep an amana, okay, this happens especially when we are teenagers. Especially when we are teenagers. Okay. We use the word amana, trust me. We use it very lightly, right? We use it very lightly. Yes, trust me. You must trust me. We use those words, right? Like wallahi, promise me it's true. Something like that. We use those words, right? Do you all use these words? Trust and promise every time? Do you all use these words, guys?
No, miss.
You all don't use, trust me, or you all are like, please trust me. I will never hurt you. Or maybe you say, I will never break your promise. And you end up breaking it, yes? You tell them, Fatima, I'm not going to tell everybody about this, okay? This is your life. This is your matter. This is your, this is your problem or whatever. And you go and tell Zainab, yes, what happened? Fatima, this and this happened to her. You go and break the trust. If someone tells you to keep an amana, it's an amana. You understood? You do not break it. The reason why you're going to stay back in the hellfire without going to Jannah will be because you broke a trust. You understood? It's going to weigh you down. It's going to keep you in hellfire because you broke a trust. If that person does not forgive you after you broke a trust, you're going to remain in hellfire. Na'udzubillah, yes? Okay, we must ask Allah for forgiveness. We must seek refuge from breaking people's trust. We must ask the forgiveness of that person. You understood? Everybody? Yes, we are so hurt when people break our trust. We are so hurt when we ask them to promise. Okay, we are so hurt that when people break the promises and break the trust and everything, when we do it, we think, okay, it was just a small thing. She doesn't have to overreact. You understood? Maybe it's a small thing for you. It's a small thing for you. It's a small matter for you. It's not your problem. You understood? It's not your problem. That's why it looks small for you. It's their problem. It's big for them. You understood?
Yes.
It's a very ugly thing, to break promises. You say, wallahi, you won't tell it to anybody. You say, wallahi, I wouldn't tell it to anybody. And then you go and don't use the word wallahi lightly. Do not use it lightly. It's ugly. You can't promise on Allah for, like lame things. Like, I don't know. You tell wallahi and you just go and break it like it's nothing. It's not proper. It's not nice. If you are learning Islam under me or anybody in that matter, if you're learning Islam, if you are a Muslim, you must know, okay, it's even in the Quran, yes, that you must always keep your trust and promises. Okay, this is first for me and then for you. Okay, all of us. We are not perfect, obviously. Okay, so it's first for me and then for you. Okay, so keep your trust and promises. If I tell you, don't tell it to anybody. Please don't tell it to anybody. If I tell you, promise me this is not going to go out, you do not break that promise. You don't break that promise. You understood? Yes?
Teacher.
Don't take it lightly. And don't think she's overreacting. This is just a silly matter. No, it's not a silly matter. It's silly matter maybe for you. For her, it's a great thing. Stop breaking promises. Yes, it's in the Quran. You understood?
Okay, teacher.
Oh, barakallah. Next is don't be rude to parents. Okay, this is, I don't know. When I was a teenager, I had issues with this. I was a pro in this, breaking this rule. Don't be rude to parents. Yes, we are rude to parents, right? Sometimes. I hope we are not. Okay, like you're like, it's my life. Let me make the decision. You tell it very politely. You tell it very softly. But those words, you must be very careful. Okay, don't be rude to parents. Like, how are you rude to parents? Like, you say, it's my life. It's your life, but who gave it to you? Who brought you into this world? Yes, obviously, Allah gave you life, but who decided to, I don't know, grow you up? Who brought you up? Your mom didn't just throw you in the garbage, right? She brought you up. Can you be rude to her?
No.
Can you be rude to your mama?
No.
Yes, you can be rude, right? Your mama, it's okay. She's your mother.
No.
She's going to forgive you.
No.
Riaza, Hafsa, Hishma, all of you, speak up. It's okay to be rude to your parents, right? She'll
No.
forgive you
No.
any day. Manha, is that cool? You can be rude to your mama?
No.
It's not right. Okay. Now, as a parent, you feel like everything they do is rude. I mean, he's just 1 year old, yes. But sometimes when he's doing something weird, I'm like, so mean, so rude. I'm so hurt. I'm so hurt because I'm a parent. Now I understand that. I understand I understand what they're talking about. Like when they choose the father over us, we get hurt. Or maybe when they tell that they don't like mama, we get hurt. Silly things hurt me, right? I'm a mother now, I understand. Just like that, when we were children, when we had, I'm still a child, okay, but what I'm trying to say is, when we are rude to parents, we don't realize that. Sometimes we use the words like, I like dada better than you. Dada is cool. Or you say, mama, you must be a bit more like dada. Or maybe you say, mama, it was not like, the food is not tasty. You know that Fatima auntie cooks better than you. You say, I don't know, Amna auntie cooks better than you. You use those words, right? Mama, her food was tasty. There is a way to put things forward. If you want to be polite, you can't say, I was polite. You can't tell that. We must tell that if you were polite or not, because sometimes we think we are polite. Okay, we think we are doing the right thing. We are not. There is a way to put things forward. Let it be to parents, to teachers, to friends, to family, every single person. There's a way to put things forward. As in, there's an approach. You cannot just, you can't just talk and tell that I was polite. She can't get hurt for simple issues. No, she got hurt because you hurt her. You were impolite. You understood? Yes, everybody. Don't take it lightly, because once your mama is sad, once your dada is sad, there is going to be no barakah in your life. My mother is like, when I was a teenager, she's like, you're doing everything and always asking forgiveness. That's the only thing I can do, right? Asking forgiveness. Maybe it's simple for them. For me, it takes like, I cross mountains to ask forgiveness. Finally, I'm going at the end of the day and I'm like, mommy, sorry. I'm like, I shouldn't have spoken like that. Yes, you shouldn't have spoken like that. And if you realize that, it's great. If you realize that you were rude to your mama, if you realize that, you did it wrong and you go and apologize, it might just be sorry, a small word, right? It's a small word, but it means a lot. If you go and apologize, if you realize your mistake, Allah is definitely going to, forgive you. If you realize it and go and if you realize it and go and ask forgiveness. You understood? Asking forgiveness is hard. Trust me, it's hard. Okay, forgiving is hard. Asking forgiveness is hard. It might just look simple, yes. Sometimes, yes, it's easy to ask forgiveness sometimes, but asking forgiveness, going and realizing your mistake, those are like, you must appreciate that. So trust me, okay, if your parents are rude to you, does that mean you be rude in return? Is it right? Your mama called you, I don't know, your mama called you, I don't know, a fatty, or your mama told that you look like, oh my God, what's this? You look ugly today. Your mama uses those rude words. Your mama says, you stink. So you are rude in return. If she's rude, you are rude to her.
No. No.
Be nice. Be nice. Okay, when you become a parent, you realize that, when your children, you grow them up with so much difficulty. You bring them stuff and you do everything for them. And in return, what they do is, I don't know. They are just like, they're having this, don't disturb me face, especially when you're a teenager. We all go through that phase, right? So trust me, you're going to regret it. Because once you lose a parent, you understand the value. You understood, everyone?
Yes.
Okay. Trust me, this is very important. Do not be rude to parents. If you are rude, this is in Quran. Okay, this is in Quran. There are so many ayahs regarding parents. Yes, there are so many hadiths regarding parents, because this is important. Islam stress on this. Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam did not grow with. Okay, everybody says salawat when I tell the Prophet's name. Okay, so yes, Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam did not have parents, but he stressed on this because the Quran stressed on this. Okay, he did not have parents, he did not grow up with parents, but he knew how to treat them. You know why? Because he grew up without parents. He knew the value. He was always alone, so he knew the value of parents. Once you lose a parent, once you lose your mama, or once you lose your dada, or when they are not at home, when they're not in country, when they're not with you, you get married, you go to another place, you understand their value. You understood? I'm telling you, trust me, listen to me. This is very important, because you are definitely going to regret it. There's going to be no barakah in your life if your parents are not happy with you and you hurt your parents. Yes, you're not, Allah is not going to be happy with you, nor is your life going to be good to you. Okay, it's not a curse. It's not a curse. Trust me, I'm not cursing you all. Allah should forgive us. Allah should accept us. Okay, Ameen. But what I'm trying to say is this is the truth. I have seen people who struggle in life because they treated their parent like this. Okay, so be very careful how you treat your mama, how you treat your dada is important. Even your grandparents. Okay, everybody, everyone's parents are important. You understood? Yes. Everyone understands this, right?
Yes,
Yes,
teacher.
teacher.
Okay. Don't backbite. Okay, this happens, right? You're always doing this. Yes. You know, there's a hadith which says that backbiting, it reduces your good deeds. Okay, it reduces your good deeds. It burns out your good deeds like how the fire burns out the wood. You understood this? Have you all heard this hadith before? You know how the fire eats up a wood. You know, when you put, you know, when if you're using, they say vera vadapu, okay, there's this you use wood in order to, you know, burn the fire to cook. You know, if you notice, you keep putting food, I mean you keep putting wood, okay, and the fire quickly burns it out. Okay, it's like it doesn't even take, I don't know, it doesn't take 5 minutes, it's all burnt out. Even a big piece of wood, it burns so fast. Okay, just like that, all your good deeds would be erased. You know, do not backbite. Like, let's not take this lightly. Okay, we tell, you know, we especially as teenagers. Okay, I'm stressing this because we guys are teenagers, so that's what I'm stressing on this. Okay, do not backbite. Do not take this lightly, guys. This is important. If anybody, if you get to know that anyone has spoken bad about you, how do you feel? Hishma, how do you feel? If you get to know that someone has told something about you, how do you feel? Tell me, Hishma. Yes? Hishma? Sleeping? Fell asleep?
No, teacher.
Okay, so tell me, if anyone talks bad about you and you get to know about that, how do you feel?
Very bad.
Terrible, right? Manha, how do you feel? If you get to know that, I don't know, if you get to know Hana has spoken bad about you, or maybe Nabiha has spoken bad about you, how do you feel? How do you feel? If you get to know that anyone has spoken bad about you, how do you feel? Bad, right? You're sad, right? Sad, yes? Nod your head. Yes? Yes. You know, we feel sad. You know, sometimes we feel betrayed. I don't know, we feel terrible. If I get to know someone has spoken bad about me, I'm so upset. I'm so upset. I'm upset for the rest of rest of my life. I'm always thinking about that. I will never forget that. If I get to know someone has spoken bad about me, I will never forget that. Because it hurts, right? It hurts because you try to be good to them. You try to, you know, not speak about them in their absence or something like that, you know, and they don't do that to you. It hurts. Trust me, it hurts. So if anyone, when you backbite somebody, you must always remember, if they do that to you, you're going to be devastated. Okay, you're going to be so upset. You're going to be so hurt. Always remember that. Okay, always remember. Always imagine you being in their place before you backbite. Okay, it's the ugliest of the ugliest. First for me and then for you. Okay, this is the ugliest thing you could ever do to a person. If you want to break them apart, just, you know, if you backbite them, if you speak bad about them in their absence, you did it. You achieved it. You hurt them. You broke their heart. You broke their confidence. Do not do that. Do not hurt people in this way. Hurting them to the face is a level. Backbiting them when they're not there, okay, speaking about them in their absence it's like the highest level of betrayal you could do to a person. If you had spoken bad about a person, please go and apologize. Spread good about them. You cannot take it back. You cannot take it back. You know what you do is you've asked forgiveness. You know, I spoke like this. It's hard, yes. It's hard to tell that person I spoke about you. You know, I backbited you. It's hard to tell that, right? You go and tell the same person whom you backbited to, whom you spoke to about her. You go and tell the same person that, you know, I think I was wrong. I was wrong. You must accept that. Okay, I was wrong. Okay, I shouldn't have spoken like that. She's such a gem. And you spread good about her. How you spread bad, now you must spread good about her. You all understood how to compensate? How to make your, you know, how to make your wrong right? You all understood what I'm trying to say?
Yes,
Yes,
teacher.
teacher.
Fight about somebody and you can't go and immediately apologize to that person. It's going to look ugly and it's going to look like, I don't know who in their right mind goes and tell a person, I backbited about you, man. It's hard to tell that, right? You first go and apologize to them. Don't tell them, what happened. I'm like, you tell, okay, I'm sorry. Sometimes I might have unintentionally hurt you. Okay, unintentionally hurt you. That's the word you use. And then if that person forgives you, you go and tell that person whom you backbited to, you go and tell that person, I shouldn't have spoken that. It was wrong of me. It's ugly because it's going to go from ear to ear. So please, let's forget it. I'm sorry. It was my mistake and it was ugly. So I think, there was this one day she did this good, or maybe she didn't do any good. Maybe you can spread something good about her. You all understood how you all do it? Yes?
Yes, teacher.
Don't backbite. Again, don't backbite, because when it's done to you, you realize it. It's hurt. It's hurtful, right? It hurts. It hurts a lot. So don't do that. Okay, everyone, clear?
Yes.
Yes, teacher.
Respond to evil with good. I think one of you asked me, when we are always good to them, but they are not good to you, what to do? Okay, my juniors also ask. They are like, I never fight with him. He only fight with me. Whether they will say, I don't know how they come up with it. They're so hurt actually. Okay, so this happens, right? You're always good to somebody, and in return they are always, I don't know. They do always the same mistake they do. They are always bad to you. Has this happened to you? Has this happened?
No, teacher.
No, like nobody does bad to you, right? Has this happened? You're always trying to be good to that person. You're always trying to do good to that person. And that person in return, they are always betraying you, or always breaking your trust, or always breaking your promise. It happens, okay? But trust me, if someone hurts you, if someone breaks you, okay, if someone makes you cry, you respond to them with good. You respond to them with kindness. They say kill them with kindness. Yes, you respond to them with good, okay? And what's going to happen is they are going to feel terrible. They are going to feel like, they're going to feel like, I'm such a terrible person. That's the best thing you can do to a person, okay? If I'm bad to someone, and in return, if they're good to me, I feel terrible. I feel like, I shouldn't have done that. Yes, you feel that, right? Sometimes you speak bad about somebody, and then they're coming and giving you a box of, I don't know, brownies or something, and you're like, you feel terrible. Yes, if someone is good to you, you feel terrible, right? If you were bad to that person. So responding to people with, responding to evil with good, okay, this means like kill them with kindness. If someone is rude to you, if someone hurt your feelings, if someone broke your trust, in return, don't break their trust and make them cry and use the words against them and tell about, you look ugly, you are always ugly, that other day you wore that dress, it was hideous. Okay, you don't use those words. Okay, you don't respond to evil with evil, because the world is going to become ugly, right? Try to make the world a little beautiful with yourself. Okay, you try to make things easier for people to live, to live with. So always kill them with kindness, always give good in return to evil. Everybody understood?
Yes.
If they are always rude to you, it doesn't matter, you always be good to them. Don't get tired of being good. Do not get tired of being good and kind. Understood? Yes?
Yes.
Barakallah feek. Don't ask too many favors from people. Someone, you ask them once and they give it. Ask them the next day, asking the next day, asking the next day. Give me a 5 rupees. And next day you're like, give me a 5 rupees, give me a 5 rupees. Every time you ask favors, always asking favors. Do not. This is from the Quran. Trust me, this is from the Quran. Okay, there must be something so big. Allah is telling, do not ask too many favors from people. Like, just asking help is okay. You're suffering, you're struggling, so you ask help from people. That's okay. That's okay. But asking too many favors, carry this also. Carry this also. Can you help me this also? I can't understand this also. Like constantly asking favors. Always asking, not giving anything. Asking, always asking, not giving anything is going to look ugly. It's going to look. I don't know. You look weird, right? Do you do that? Do we ask favors from people? Has it happened? Guys, asking too much of help. Today also do we do, today also do we do. Hey, today also do we do. Also, can you do that also? We are always doing that, right? Is that okay? Do you all feel bad? Yes? Speak up, guys. Riaza, falling asleep? Yes?
Yes, teacher.
Y'all ask favors?
No, teacher. Not all of
Yes.
teacher.
No, sometimes you feel bad, right? Man. You say that, right? For me, I feel so bad. Yeah, man. How can you go and ask that person again and again? Asking, it happens, when you do it now as a teenager, when you become big, you still go and, you still repeat it. When you become an adult, you ask them money. And when you become a mama, you ask, I don't know, you ask diapers and nappy pins and everything. My teacher used to say, if you borrow a safety pin today, even when you become a mother, you are going to go and borrow a nappy pin. You are going to go and ask them a diaper. You understood? Because as you have always been asking favors, you will go and ask favors when you become big also. Like always try to be the one to help. Okay, I'm not telling you not to ask favors. You all have to read it properly. Okay, read things properly. I'm not telling you not to ask favors. Okay, I'm telling you don't ask too many favors. You all understood the difference? Yes. Yes. You all understood?
Yes, teacher.
There's a huge difference between asking favors and asking too many favors and asking it again and again, making it a regular thing. That is what I'm telling you not to do. Everybody understood, right?
Yes, teacher.
Akhlaq.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, this is the dua you all have to memorize. Okay, don't tell me you all didn't know I have to memorize. If I give a
Teacher,
dua,
this dua we know.
yes, you all know every dua I send. It's all Allama Bismika Amutu Ahya only. But still you all are not sending it to me. That's the problem here. It's just, I don't know, it doesn't even take 10 seconds, man. You just have to record and send it to me, WhatsApp. Like you all message me, right? You all can do that. It doesn't take time, okay? Try to send it to me. You all are seniors, so I'm expecting better from you all. Juniors, their parents have to go behind them, their sisters has to go behind them, they have to be forced, they have to memorize, the words are difficult. I understand that. Seniors, I don't know what's up. Okay, I am expecting better from y'all. I would appreciate if I get a little bit of cooperation from y'all because it's all very easy. Like as y'all mentioned, this is most of the duas is like we have already memorized. Allahumma bismika amutu wa ahya is not hard. It's like the basic dua. So this is not hard. Okay, after me, Rabbir.
Rabbi.
After me, Rabbir hamhuma
Rabbi.
Hamhuma
kama
Kama.
Rabbayani
Bayani
saghira.
Saghira
Rabbir hamhuma
Rabbi.
Hamhuma
kama Rabbayani
Bayani
saghira.
Saghira.
Rabbir hamhuma
Rabbir hamhuma
kama
Kama
Rabbayani
Rabbayani
saghira.
Saghira.
Hard for y'all?
No.
Difficult? Tongue twisting? Y'all feel like suffocating? Can't breathe? When you see this dua? Is it like that? Yes, you all tell no, you all tell this is easy, this is like jujubes, this is like faluda. Yes, you all tell that. Then send the duas to me. Please make sure you all send. I don't know, you all can even go, I mean, after class, just go offline and send this to me. This is already memorized, yeah? So please send it to me, everybody. Okay, it's important you all send your lessons because it's going to pile up and it's going to look, I don't know, it's going to look bad for you. So please try to, send.
Wah. Anu tu wah.
Yes, this is the dua you all have to send me, yes?
Okay, teacher.
I'm giving you all only one dua per day. Please try to try to do it. Okay, inshallah. Okay, so everybody, Ibrahim alayhi salam, can you hear me now? My hand.
Yes, teacher.
Ibrahim alayhi salam and the fire. So you all know the story, right?
Yes, teacher. Yes, teacher.
Pretty basic. Okay, it's pretty basic. I'm going to tell you all. Just maybe you all can see it with another angle, maybe. Okay, I know this is already learned, so you all can help me out and answer the questions I ask. Okay, everybody. So who is Ibrahim alayhi salam again? He's a
Ibrahim alayhi salam is a prophet.
He's a prophet.
yes. So you all know about him, Ibrahim alayhi salam. I have done
Yes,
this before
teacher.
also. I have told a lot of stories about him, I guess. Yes, we have done a story also before. What
Yes,
was the
teacher,
story we
on
did in
Hajj.
class? Yes,
On Hajj chapter. we do Hajj.
Was his son again in that story?
His son was Ismail alayhi salam.
Ismail alayhi salam and Ishaq alayhi
His
salam.
son was Ismail alayhi salam. He had two sons, Ismail and
Ishaq.
Ishaq. So Nabi sallallahu alayhi salam came from Ibrahim alayhi salam. Yes, he came from Ibrahim alayhi salam's
Lineage.
family, yes, lineage. Did he come from Ismail alayhi salam's lineage or Ishaq alayhi salam's lineage?
Ismail alayhi salam's lineage.
I have to let you all know it. Yes, so Ibrahim alayhi salam. So yes, Ibrahim alayhi salam, he was a pretty, I don't know, he was intelligent, he was bright, from before he was always doing the right thing. Okay, he's always doing the right thing. It's spontaneous, yes. It's like, he's like, he's doing things which he thinks is good for the deen, which he thinks is pleasing to Allah. That's what he does. That's like from before he does that. Okay, it's him. That is why he's called as what? He's called as the, anybody knows the term? Yes, nobody knows. Khalilullah, have you all heard it?
Yes, teacher.
He's called the Khalilullah. Why is he called the Khalilullah? Yes, anybody knows
He's
that?
Allah's friend.
As he is Allah's
He's
friend.
Allah's friend. You also can be Allah's friend, okay? You also can be Allah's friend. How can you be Allah's friend? How can you be Allah's friend?
I don't know, teacher.
If
We
you
can
do
pray. We can.
always, okay? If
By
you do,
following Allah's orders.
yes. How can you? Who was
We
talking?
can follow
By
Allah's
following Allah's orders.
Yes, by following Allah's orders. Yes. Barakallahu feek, Abdul Kareem. Hafsa, yes. Barakallahu feek, Ishma Hafsa, yes. How can you be the friend of Allah? How can you be? No one else? Falha, Ara?
We can
No one
recite Allah's holy Quran.
No.
Yes, you can be the friend of Allah. You know how? If you do
By
things,
worshipping Allah.
yes, by worshipping Allah, obviously. Yes, barakallahu feek. Yes, so always, okay, whenever you do something, anything, a good deed or anything, okay, you are doing an action, always when you keep Allah in mind, when you always keep Allah in mind, like, will this be pleasing to my Rabb? Will this please my God? Will this please Allah? Will Allah be happy with this? Will Allah be happy with this? Always when you do things like that, when you go and think that, will Allah be happy with this? If you think that, if you keep thinking that, okay, you're going to be Allah's friend. You understood? You can become Allah's friend like that. Always keeping Allah in your mind when you do an action. That's what Ibrahim alayhi salam did, right? He was always keeping Allah in his mind. He was like, Allah won't be happy with this. If Allah tells him something, he was like, I'll do it. He's not like, why? Why should I do it? Are you crazy? He did not ask those words, right? I really, Allah, seriously? He didn't use those words, right? He just did it. He didn't ask why. He didn't ask, bro, I can't. He didn't say I can't. He didn't ask why. He didn't ask when, where, how to. I don't know, it's impossible. Make it easy for me. No, not like that. He was always ready to please Allah. He was always thinking the best. Okay, he was always thinking what's best for Allah. What will make me good in the sight of Allah? That is how he became the friend of Allah. You all understood?
Yes, teacher.
Allah, chocolate, maybe a daily milk, or I don't know, a Twix, a Tobler, or no, he didn't give Allah food. He didn't give Allah his trust. He didn't give Allah his promise or whatever. He didn't do anything, I don't know, out of the world. He just did one thing. He always had Allah in his mind and Allah's pleasure in his mind. You understood? That is how he became the friend of Allah. He didn't ask questions when he commanded something. When Allah commanded something, he did it. That is how he became the friend of Allah. All of us can become friends of Allah. All of us can make Allah our friend, can befriend him by doing this. Everybody understood? If I ask you next time how to become the friend of Allah, will you all be able to answer me? Yes?
Yes.
Barakallah. Manha is the only one who said yes. You all don't want to become the friend of Allah, right? Because you all are teenagers and you all are cool.
No.
Yes? You all don't want to become the friend of Allah?
We want.
We want to.
You all want, yes? You can think that, I don't want to be friend of Allah or whatever, but at the end of the day, you have to be his friend in order to go to Jannah. You can ask Allah, I'm your friend. Allah, I'll go to Jannah with you, and Allah is going to send you to Jannah. That's how you become friends with him. You understood, yes?
Yes, teacher.
Tell him everything.
Yes.
Talk to him about your day. Tell him, this person hurt me, this person broke me. You can tell everything to him and he's not going to judge you. He's not going to advise you. He's not going to comment on you. you look like, you only did that fault. Allah is not going to tell that, right? It's your fault. You deserve this. Your friend tells that, right, sometimes. Will Allah tell that? It's your
No.
fault. You deserve this. You only did that wrong. Will Allah tell that?
No.
Allah does not judge you. Right? You can talk to him anytime, any day, anywhere, and still Allah is going to listen to you. He won't judge you. Okay, he's not going to go and give unsolicited advice, don't man, you are the one in fault. You can always share things with Allah, and Allah is going to listen to you. Anytime, any day. Yes? Yes, everybody understood?
Teacher.
Yes.
So Ibrahim alayhi salam, he was born in Babylon. Okay, it's a little far from Iraq. Okay, this is like close to Iraq, Baghdad. Okay, so he was born in Babylon to Azar. Okay, his father's name was Azar. Okay, this guy, his father, he was a famous statue sculptor. He was like, making all, he used to sculpt these statues. Yes, he was good at making statues, and he always made statues. Statues as in, why was he making these statues? Everybody, why was he making these statues?
Worship.
Yes, to worship. They worship statues. So now you all have to think about this. Okay, Ibrahim alayhi salam, you all have to think. Now you all have to go back to that time. You all have to think in their shoes. Okay, now Ibrahim alayhi salam, he was born to Azar. Okay, he was the son of a famous statue maker. Okay, now he was the son of a famous statue maker. So his father was like, he was so good at statue making. People buy statues from him and worship those statues. Okay, so Azar was the main person. Okay, Azar was a big guy. Okay, so everybody looks up to him because he makes statues and people buy statues from him. He's pretty famous. So Ibrahim alayhi salam also was pretty famous. Everyone knew Ibrahim as the son of Azar. Okay, so Ibrahim alayhi salam, what he does is he used to play with all these statues. If the remains of the statues, if there are small statues, he used to play with them when he was small. Okay, so everybody have gone back to his time. All of you all.
Yes, teacher.
Start picturing it. Okay, start picturing it. Go back to their shoes. Start thinking from there. Don't just sit in your house and look up and wait. Go to their shoes and start imagining. Okay. So what happens? He always knew this was not right. You know why? Why are these people worshipping statues? They were giving food to the statues and the statue was not eating. They were talking to the statue and the statue was not replying. They were like, they were telling the statue, they are the one who made the statue. They are the one who created the statue and they're worshipping that statue. It's going to look funny, right? Think of it as Ibrahim alayhi salam. It's going to look weird, right? You make a statue, you worship that statue. How come? He was wondering how come. He was just a kid. And he was wondering how come. They are making the statue, they are worshipping it, they are crying to it, they are telling that and they're telling this, but the statue is not moving. So it's weird, right? It would look funny for him, right? He's just like, why are they doing this? So he knew this is wrong, I shouldn't worship. So he never worshipped the statues. He knew always, he knew very well that this was not the truth. Statues are not our God. Idols are not our God. So what he does is he goes to the mountain. He goes to the mountain. Okay, he goes to the mountain and meditates. Even Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he was finding this very weird. So he also went where and meditated? He went
to Cave Hira.
Okay, he went to Cave Hira in order to meditate. Okay, so this is how. So he also goes to the mountains. He looks at the sky and talks. He looks at the moon and talks and asking, "Who's my God? Who's my God? Who's my God?" Okay, this was a long process. He goes days and days and days, and he's like wondering, what is my God? Okay, is the sun my God? Is the moon my God? Is the stars my God? No, they are disappearing, so they cannot be my God. So God must be something inevitable. God must be everlasting. Okay, like God must be there always. So obviously God, you cannot see God, right? So there must be something greater than the sun and the moon who creates all this. So he must be the God. So what he does is he goes to the mountains and things and things and things and he meditates. One day from nowhere, okay, when I tell you Ibrahim alayhi salam spoke to Allah, he did not have any phone. Okay, there was no phone, there was no, I don't know, microphone or speaker or anything. Allah, okay, it was just a voice. It was a voice. It was pretty shaking, like trembling and shivering moment for him. Okay, it was just a voice. Okay, it was a voice from a place unknown, not from the skies or not from the floor or not from the wind or anything. It was a voice spoken to him. This is called a wahi, right? A voice was spoken to him. Okay, and it asked him to believe in the truth, to believe in the truth, to believe and worship in Allah. You understood? Yes? Everybody?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, and he falls down in frustration. He's like so amazed, so in awe, and he's so shocked and surprised because like Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam has mentioned that wahi is a very, very heavy thing. It's so heavy, it's so great. When Allah talks to you, directly, it's so hard on you. So hard on you. That's the reason why Allah does not talk to you directly. Okay, so wahi is painful. Yes, it was painful as in it was heavy. So he was so in awe, he was shivering, he was trembling when he prostrated in the mountains and accepted Islam. Clear?
Yes.
Clear? So he goes out and so immediately he knows his people are wrong. He has to invite the people towards Islam. So he goes and he's like, guys, accept Islam. Allah is the truth. You all can't worship statues. How can you all worship statues? He's always questioning their religion. He's like, how can you worship statues? How can you worship statues? They don't even talk to you. They don't even move. They don't even eat. They don't do anything. How can you worship statues? Okay. So they are like, what's wrong with this guy? What's wrong with him? They don't accept his invitation. Understood? They don't believe in him.
Yeah.
It's just not easy for him. People started calling him names. People ignored him. So what he did, they had this god ceremony, like a feast. Okay, all of them goes to their statues and everything. So they all had to go out of town, like they had to go for a feast and gather in a place. Okay, they wanted to gather in a place as it was a festival. It was a festive season. So his entire village people, they went out. They all went out. They left. Okay. So what Ibrahim alayhi salam did, this was the right time. He doesn't like all this God feast and all this, right? So what he did was, he thought, okay, this is the right time. This is the right time. Let me do it. He goes to his, the temple-like thing. Okay, he goes to the temple-like thing, and there are all these statues made, right? There are all these statues made. What he does is, he takes an axe. Okay, he takes an axe and destroys all the statues. All the statues, the small ones, the medium-sized ones, even the little big ones, and everything. He breaks everything and does what? Does what?
Except the big one.
Yes. What he does is he gives the axe. He hangs the axe on the bigger statue. On the biggest statue, what he does is he hangs the axe on it. He hung the axe on the biggest statue. Okay. Now this is going to look weird. You come from a feast where you're worshiping God, you're having a festive season, and you come home, you see the temple and the gods, all the idols. Now you believe that those idols are your gods, right? So all your gods are broken. Now imagine, now look at this phrase, all your gods are broken. Does it make sense? Does it make sense? All your gods are broken. Yes? So it's going to look bad, right? So they come home and they see all these gods are broken and the biggest one is having the axe. Now they all immediately knew who did it. Who did it?
Ibrahim alayhi salam.
Okay, they all immediately knew that Ibrahim alayhi salam was the one to do it. Okay, I'll be taking 5 minutes from your time because we started late. I was waiting for everybody to join. Okay. So yes, so they asked him who did it, and he is like, you all ask your God. Why are you asking me? You asked the biggest idol. Look, he only broke everyone. So can you understand what Ibrahim alayhi salam did there? Can you understand what Ibrahim alayhi salam did there?
Yes, teacher.
You ask your God,
Yes.
will you? You ask your God and see, will you? No, these people got mad. They were like, seriously, how can we ask a statue? How can we ask a statue? Then Ibrahim alayhi salam is like, exactly. How can you ask a statue? How can your statue speak? Can your statue talk to you? Can your statue even move? So how can you go and worship that statue? He's trying to prove a point here. You understood, everyone?
Teacher, yes.
The people are so angry. The people are so furious. Like, what's wrong with this guy? And he's always creating trouble. What they all did was, what they all decided was to, they got angry and they decided to burn him. They dug a very big pit. Okay, the largest pit they could find. It was like a stadium. Okay, take a stadium, maybe the Dubai Stadium was so huge. They dug a huge pit and they made up the biggest fire they could make. Okay, they made a big fire. Okay, they made a big pit of fire to burn Ibrahim alayhi salam. And what they did was they tied his hands and everyone from all over the village came. Okay, the people were from the nearby cities. They all came to, they all came to see this. They wanted to watch what's going on because this was great, right? burning a small teenager in a big pit of fire as a punishment for breaking their idols. So this is a big thing. This is a big news. The news traveled so fast that all people started coming to, they wanted to watch this. They wanted to see what's going on. Okay. So everybody started coming from all over. So Ibrahim alayhi salam, his legs and hands were tied. Okay. His legs and hands were tied and he was going to be thrown into the fire. That is when Jibril alayhi salam comes forward. Okay. Jibril alayhi salam comes down to him and asks, guys, Jibril alayhi salam comes down to Ibrahim alayhi salam and says, what? Allah is asking what you want. Allah is asking what you want. Now, what would you tell? Imagine, Manha, you are thrown into the fire. What would you want? What would you want?
To be pleased with Allah.
Yeah, what would you want? You tell me. You want to be pleased. You want Allah to be pleased with you, or you want to just escape from the fire? Anybody? We want to escape from the fire, right? True or false? Hafsa, Hishma, Sumaya, Riyaza? Yes?
I need Allah's help.
Yes, you need Allah's help, right? You want Allah to help you, right? Yes?
Yes.
So, he could have asked Allah to help him. I did this for you only, man. Save me. He did not say that. He didn't ask Jibril to say, tell Allah that I can't bear this anymore. I'm going to die. No, he did not tell Allah, he did not want Allah to help him. He did not want Allah to save him. He just told that he wants Allah to be pleased with him. He wants Allah to be what? Pleased with him. He just wanted Allah's pleasure. Okay, this is why he is the friend of Allah. Everyone, this is why he was a friend of Allah. If it was us, we would want the help of Allah. We would want to be saved from the fire. What he wanted was, he wanted Allah to be happy with him. Okay, and that, there's a hadith in Sahih Bukhari. It says, he recited, Hasbunallahu wa ni'mal wakil. This, guys, is the most powerful ever. If you're facing fear, if you're facing trouble, all you have to keep reciting is Hasbunallahu wa ni'mal wakil. Have you all heard this dua before?
Okay, ready?
Yes, do I use this dua? After me, everyone. Hasbunallahu
Hasbunallahu
wa ni'mal wakil. Hasbunallahu wa ni'mal wakil. This is very important. Okay, guys, when you're facing fear, when you all don't know what to do and how to escape, you all don't know. It can be anything. Maybe your exams, it can be your driving test, or maybe exams or whatever. You recite this dua. Okay, Allah is definitely going to protect you. Allah is going to give you confidence. Okay, Allah is going to give you confidence, and that's exactly what Ibrahim alayhi salam got. He got the confidence to face this. He faced the fear without any fear. I mean, he faced his trouble without any fear. You understood?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, anything. Your mama is coming to hit you, you recite Hasbunallahu wa ni'mal wakil. Your brother is chasing you around the city or something, you're going to recite Hasbunallahu wa ni'mal wakil. A big trouble, a big tsunami is coming, you recite Hasbunallahu wa ni'mal wakil. Allah is sufficient for us and he is the best guardian. Okay, everybody?
Okay, teacher.
Everybody okay?
Okay, teacher.
What happened next, guys? Make it fast. What happened next?
Next, Allah, Ibrahim alayhi salam didn't burn in the fire. Allah has put the water.
Water. He makes the fire. Okay.
Allah requested the fire to not make Ibrahim alayhi salam burn, but to make it a cool environment.
Yes. Barakallahu feek. Allah commands the fire. It means that, he asks, Allah commands the fire to cool down Ibrahim. What Ibrahim alayhi salam does is, soon as the fire is cold, he starts playing around. Okay, he starts laughing and he's all chill because the fire did not burn him. People are all shocked. Now imagine you put a boy, you tie that boy and you put him in the burning fire. Even you can't go and sit next to that because it's that burning. And you throw him into the fire and this guy is playing and laughing. Now imagine the shock of the people. Oh, they are all shocked, right? What's wrong with this guy? It's burning and he's playing around. So they were all so scared of him. Like, he's so weird, he's laughing. But what happened in reality, the fire did not burn him. The fire became so cold and calm on the command of Allah. You all understood?
Yes, teacher.
What do you all learn from this? Take it fast. What do you all learn from this? Anybody? What do you all learn from this?
Allah would help us in any situation if Allah loves us.
Barakallah fiik. Allah does not love you also. Okay. You ask Allah for help. Okay, Allah definitely loves you. Okay, Abdul Karim. You ask Allah for help in the most difficult situation. Don't think no one can help you. Don't think no one can help me here. I'm alone. No one can help me. This is something I deserve. I should stay here. You know, any situation, all you have to do is ask Allah for help. Hasbunallah wa ni'mal wakil. Just don't tell it as a dua. Tell it as a belief. Believe in it. You have to believe in it. You have to trust Allah completely. When you trust someone completely, you have to leave it into their hands. Allah will do it. So you tell Hasbunallah wa ni'mal wakil. Hasbunallah wa ni'mal wakil. Just don't tell it like, you know, a puppet. Tell it with sincerity, with Akhlaq. You all have to mean it, okay? And Allah is definitely going to help you. If someone asks him help, He does not leave them empty-handed. And you have to be very, very, okay, sincere. You have to be very sincere when you ask Allah for help. You use this term, Hasbunallah wa ni'mal wakil wa ni'mal mawla wa ni'mal nasir, okay? You keep asking Allah genuinely with sincerity. Allah is going to definitely help you and show you a way out. Okay, everyone?
Okay.
Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam recited this when they were faced with a big army of peasants, you know, when they were faced with a big army, okay? The hadith says that Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam recited this because Ibrahim Alaihi Salam recited this and they won, yes. Okay, Allah will protect you from any type of harm. All you have to do is be calm and recite this with sincerity. With sincerity, not just like a puppet and a parrot, you know, you just say, you don't even know the meaning, you're just reciting it. Use this, okay? I want you all to use this term, okay? I want you all to use this term in your day-to-day life. Whatever you're faced with any type of trials and tribulations, please use this. Okay, everyone?
Okay.
Okay, barakallahu feekum. Everybody, after me. Subhanakallahumma.
Subhanakallahumma.
Sorry, give me a second. Any doubts?
Subhanakallahumma.
Any doubts?
Subhanakallahumma.
Hey, after me, man. Any doubts?
No, teacher.
Sure.
No.
Any questions?
No, teacher.
Sure. Anything to ask?
Teacher, should we memorize that from Ibrahim alayhi salam story, how the dua was there? Should we memorize that?
Yes, you all can memorize it. You all are big girls, right? Yes. Any doubts?
No, teacher.
Sure.
No, teacher.
Okay. We can go ahead, right? Let's find out. Everybody, after me, Subhanakallahumma.
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 Ashhadu
Ashhadu
la ilaha
Allah
illa anta
la anta
astaghfiruka
astaghfiruka
wa atubu ilayk.
wa atubu ilayk.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Jazakallahu khairan, teacher.
Jazakallah khairah.
Amin wa jazakallah khair for coming, Manha.